Hello ladies and gentlemen, fellow traders. Today is 22nd of December 2019, 1:20 p.m. This is our weekly BBMA analysis. Let's get started. As usual, we will review our BBMA setup every week to make sure we have a good understanding of the SOP every time before we trade. So we trade weekly re-entry setup. We look at daily MHV or sell zone, and also in H4 we look for MHV and momentum. We use H1 for early entry and confirmation on extreme and also momentum. We use divergent to check price divergent. We use awesome, stochastic or MACD. Currently we use mostly awesome and MACD. Our entry and exit is on H4. At momentum we cut loss, and we also use momentum for our entry. In terms of exposure and money management, we will trade one pair in one account. We allow only 5 pair running at one time. We maintain only capital on the working account, and we always cut loss before we MC. We trade only all pairs, but however we trade only the low volatility pair. We use automation to assist our trading. We create alert in TradingView so that we don't have to keep monitoring the chart. This allows us to trade effectively during working hours for those of us working. Okay, so let's review our last week trade. Last week was 16th of December to 20th of December. So last week was a losing week for us. We have our growth was minus 11.87%. This loss are mainly due to the automation part of the trade. Just for information, we also have some EA to run our trade. However, the EA incur significant loss last week. This impact our overall result. As for manual trade, these are the 5 pair that we trade last week. AUD JPY, we don't have any trade because we don't have any signal from the trading view. CAD JPY also we don't have any signal. EuroCAD, we enter the trade. It was an instant trade and we close it with TP. EuroCHF, however, we enter the trade and we have to cut loss. This loss was quite significant as well. And for gold, we have re-entry buy on gold, and we have closed the gold trade with TP. And from the group, we have one extra signal, which is Euro JPY sell signal. We enter the sell and we have closed with TP. So that's basically what we have for last week. Overall, it was a good week for manual trade, but the result impact significantly by the automation trade. Okay, so let's look into this week analysis, and we will see what we can have for the last week of 2019. Okay, we start first with DXY because in the group there was good amount of interest to look into the XY, and it seems like it's a very good indication of how the US dollar will move for the week. Okay, we can see on monthly chart basically the DXY is at the re-entry buy zone. Okay, and if we zoom at the weekly, we can see that it's trying to make a MHV. Price actually crossed below the low BB, but it reject it and it moved up back. This shows that there's still strength in Euro USD currency. However, we need to be careful because the big downtrend here. This is extreme sell, CSAK, and then this is re-entry sell. This will possibly make a re-entry here and move further down. So the MHV might just be a retracement to make a re-entry sell here. Okay, so we have to be careful about the upward movement of the USD. If price reject this MA 5 and 10 low high, mean the price gonna continue the move downward for a sell like this. Okay, so of course it doesn't make the the first attempt here, and we see this is EMA 50. EMA 50 on a weekly is a very strong level. If this level is broken, very high chance that very high probability that Euro USD will continue to move south. Okay, so at least for this week, we think it's gonna be bullish until it touch the EMA MA5 and 10 high. We be very careful about this level. And on daily, we can see that currently it crossing the mid BB, but it reject the EMA 50. So we really have to keep a good eye on this. Although you see a extreme buy here, this will be invalid if this level is reject. This is low BB is SMA 20, but EMA 50 is a larger trend. So this have to be in precedent of this. Okay, so be careful about that, and that will like I say, the upside of USD will be short-lived if that's happened. Okay, so although that said, we still have a bullish, short-term bullish on USD currency. Okay, that's it. Then let's continue with our analysis. Euro USD. If we look at Euro USD currently in weekly, we see that price is rejecting the top BB here, rejecting EMA 50, mean it's making a downward movement. And we can see that this pattern has occurred before in June, middle of 2019, which is around June-ish, June, July. You can see that EMA 50 as the top BB, and then we have a pin bar reaction here, and the price continue to move downward. And we can see almost the same reaction here. There's a pin bar here, these two pin bar, although it's not as strong as this one, but this is a pin bar otherwise. Okay, so for this in weekly, this is a re-entry sell, right? Or more toward MHV sell. So weekly for Euro USD is MHV sell, and then if we look at daily, currently daily is at the mid BB. This is a very tricky place to be at. We really need to wait. This is like a 50-50 zone. If you buy here, your risk to your reward is almost the same with you selling here. Okay. Yes, there is a there is a extreme sell here. We need to watch out on this. Okay, extreme sell TP wajib. Price possibly will make a re-entry here if this is a sell. So really what we have to do for Euro USD now is to KIV and watch how the price move. Do not enter the position yet. Okay, H4 momentum sell has happened. Okay, we can see that the price has managed to close below low BB, and the hint for us is to wait for the re-entry sell for entry. We don't want to instant this pair for now because it might retest the re-entry zone here. So we can set the alert in trading view to tell us when to enter for this one. Or if you want to layer, it's a bit risky because you see it's a very far zone here. It's almost like 50 60 pip. 50 60 pip in Euro USD to me is quite a big zone. Something like this will be more preferable, like maybe 20 to 30 ish, right? So for the first pair, Euro USD, today is for the 09 EU. Monthly is MHV sell. Weekly is MHV sell. sorry, this is not a monthly, this is weekly. Okay, weekly, I just delete this. Then daily is daily is extreme sell, H4 is momentum sell. So our action will be wait for re-entry, sell, H4. Okay, so that's the first pair that we have. Let's move to the next pair. Next pair we look at this week is USD CHF. USD CHF in weekly we can see something like a MHV buy, and if we see on monthly actually price is at the monthly buy zone. Okay, monthly buy zone. Weekly is a MHV buy because price tried to go down here, but you see it's being rejected with a very significant pin bar here. Means the price is rejecting the low BB. Okay, and then we need to confirm this in daily. And if you see in daily is very confusing, but if you look carefully in daily, there's a from all the way from 3rd December price have been trying to go down, but it has never closed outside the low BB, right? So there is a down movement, but it's not that strong, and this will confuse many traders. This is a re-entry sell. Then we look at the H4. On H4 we can see that price actually did close below low BB, but here it finally make a break on the top BB, right? So this means the price have a momentum upward. Okay, so what should we do now? Okay, for this pair, if you enter here, there will be high probability that the price will retrace here. Okay, and it will float, and the worst case scenario is it will continue to go down. So for me, I would like to see it go retest the re-entry buy probably around here in the next few days. This is 4 hours, so around by end of Monday or Tuesday, the price should be able to retrace to somewhere around here. Okay, so if it reject the if we make a re-entry, mean it reject the MA5 MA5 or 10 low, then we enter as a confirmation entry. Okay, so second pair that we look at is USD CHF. Sorry, weekly we'll see MHB buy, then maybe we just record the monthly as well, monthly, because that's where we start. MHB buy, then a weekly is MHB buy also. Daily is a resell. This will this the thing that confuse us. H4 is momentum buy. So our action is we just wait for re-entry buy, okay, at H4 for our entry to reduce the risk, just in case it how to say, just in case it continue to move downward. Okay, let's look at the next pair. Next pair will be AUD USD. AUD USD. Okay, AUD USD, we start with the monthly. Monthly, we can see price is at the sell zone on monthly, re-entry sell, sorry. And then weekly, we have a very interesting formation here. We see that EMA 50 is moving outside the BB, right? And the price actually reject the top BB. So if one thing we know, if the EMA 50 is getting out of the top BB in weekly, mean it's a re-entry on monthly, which is confirmed here, right? We can see that in monthly is a re-entry. Okay, And if we go down to H4 for more D1 for more confirmation, we can see a extreme sell TP wajib. This should be a re-entry sell, right? MHV sell, sorry. So this is actually a good sell zone. Basically you can actually instant enter next week with your risk around 20 pips, maybe like give it 25 pips. Oh, what you can do is you can put your stop loss here, which is 40 pips. I think it's very reasonable, you know. So if it actually broke this high, it's given that the price will continue to go up. If we can use this to short. Okay, let's say we instant next week. What we will see is something like this. Okay, if we instant sell next week, let me just clean this a little bit. If we instant sell next week, our entry will be here, and our stop loss just now is here, and our target TP is of course the low BB. If it's a sell, we can have a pretty good risk reward ratio, right? 1 to 3.7, or maybe you can take, if the price retraces a bit and the top BB goes up, maybe you still can take 1 to 3, somewhere around here. Okay, so that's for UD USD. And if we look at H4, H4 now is making a MHV. Okay, so for us this should be a the first option is to instant sell, and your cut loss is about 40 pips, right? Or second method is to wait for confirmation, because here you have momentum. Actually you have momentum already here, so but there is a momentum here which is more like a fake out to me, because it's momentum and straight away followed by a bear candle. But if you want to wait for momentum to sell, you can wait for momentum sell at H1. You can see if your price actually sorry, let me make this a little bit bigger. If the price close below low BB, which is from current price is about another 10-15 pips, you can enter a sell with confirmation. But if you want to take the risk and enter at a better price, for now it's fine too. Okay, so let's record this down. AU is a monthly re-entry sell. Weekly is sorry, it's not Q, it's W. Weekly is MHB sell. D1 is a extreme sell. H4 is MHB sell. Okay, so our action will be instant at D1, cut loss 40 pips, or wait for H1 confirm. Okay. So that maybe that will need to wait for another 10 to about 15 pips just now, right? Okay, so AU. Next one will be AUD CAD. AUD CAD. AUD CAD. So AUD CAD in weekly, we can see another interesting formation. EMA 50 is outside the BB, and price is struggling, try to close above top BB. It's almost the same thing with AUD USD. And if we look at monthly, of course we will see a re-entry sell. Okay, back to weekly, you can see it just now. And then at D1, we'll see D1 is very interesting because price actually make a momentum buy here, right? And then it actually go down and make a MHV here. So in this situation, is to me it look very indecisive, and you see the EMA is inside the BB, okay, for D1. So we need to look at lower time frame for our confirmation entry. So again, there's two approach to this. If we go to H4, we can see this is a extreme sell, right? Extreme sell. Price go outside the BB, and also EMA outside BB, and then have a reverse candle. Then this TP wajib, re-entry sell. Then this is a re-entry sell, then momentum sell. Okay, there is no extreme buy here, but the price goes up. Okay, it goes up and make a extreme sell. Okay, so maybe trying to make something almost similar to this one, right? So there's two approach you can have here. If you want to enter instant, yes you can, but your risk will be this much. So this is about sorry, I think we need to zoom down a little bit so you can see the amount of pip. Okay, this is a very safe stop loss, which is about 65 pips, or if you put it here is 25 pips. So if you take this as an extreme, your stop loss should be here, right? If you take this one, it will be very big. So for this one, our stop loss should be here. Okay, this is the stop loss level, 25 pips. Okay, and the potential reward for this trade is until low BB is about 102 pips. Yeah, stop loss is 28 pips here, you can see that. Okay, this is the quite a nice feature of TradingView. It can do all this calculation for you when you do your analysis. Okay, so risk is about 28 pips, and then your reward is potential reward is about 102 pips, which is risk reward to 1 to 3.6, which is very decent. So to approach, first you can instant enter here and make sure you know that your risk is 28 pips, or again wait for confirmation entry when H1 candle close below low BB. Okay, so that's for AUD CAD. Let's write it down again. Monthly is resell, weekly is entry buy, MHV sell, MHV sell. D1 is AUD CAD, D1 is resell, then H4 is H4 extreme sell. Okay, and then our action option number 1 is instant at H4, cut loss 28 pips, or wait for H1 confirmation. Okay, right, the last pair that we want to analyze is gold. Okay, gold, GOLD, gold. Okay, gold. Okay, for gold, XAU USD. So gold, in a nutshell, is a reverse of the DXY. Gold is inversely correlated with USD currency for most of the time. It's not 100%, but most of the time. So we know our bias for gold, USD is up. Okay, for gold, our bias should be downward, right? Sell. Okay, if we see here, this actually how to say, in line with our bias on USD. So gold now is at the weekly sell zone, which is here. Okay, potentially it will make down until the MA510 low here, which is about this is from current price, this to this zone is about 1000 pip, which is quite decent. Okay, so for gold, weekly is a re-entry sell, daily for now is sorry, it's getting messy here, delete this. So price now is at the sell zone, and we need to wait it to go to the buy zone here. Okay, so we can sell and TP here. Okay, and for H4 uh, H4 is in a buy zone. I think it will go up here first, so that from there onward then we sell. Okay, so gold short term is a sell, but long term is a buy, just like USD, right? Short term is a buy, long term is a sell. So we can write it like this. For gold is quick one is MHV buy. Okay, D1 is re-entry sell, H4 is MHV buy. Okay, for this one actually we prefer to wait for price to retest buy zone, then only we enter, because it's inversely correlated with DXY. So we don't want to be in a situation that we want to buy this and we sell this at the same time, right? Okay, so that's it for this week. We have 5 pair that we trade, and then most of it, 2 of it we probably can instant, which is confirm AU and AC, and then UCHF, EU, and gold. We need to wait for the price to enter our sell zone for EU, UCHF, and then also go at the buy zone. Okay, so one last thing before we end. I think I want to share this quote for traders motivation. Number one, success comes from deliberate planning and execution. We have to consistently do our analysis and our homework to achieve success in our trading. Like we do our analysis every week, right? Mastery, number 2 is mastery is building muscle memory. It's like 10,000 hours principle. So this quote I learned from the aviation industry, because for pilot and aviator, right, their pay or their experience is literally counted by how many hours they're flying. So to be able to fly a big commercial airplane like the 737 or Airbus 380, you need at least like 10,000 hours in the air, so you're allowed to fly this big plane. And of course, flying this big plane translate to a bigger salary, right? So they need to have their hours counted every time they fly, just like we do the analysis and our homework every time. Okay, and the last one is simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. This quote is actually from Einstein. You see, the smartest guy in the world, he liked things to be simple. Just like our analysis, it's simple, like although you see 8 lines in the BBMA, but if you do it many times, you pretty much think it's a simple thing. And one thing I really like about BBMA is because we don't have to zoom in and zoom out and confuse ourselves. We just look at the chart and it will tell us exactly the setup within 3 to 5 seconds looking at the chart. Okay, so that's it for this week. I wish you all the best and good luck in your trading. Bye bye.